What is up, Earthnoids and Space Noids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we are traveling 4 years into the future to UC 0087. Last time, we saw Operation Stardust play out, and because of another colony drop, Earth forces create the Titans to find and destroy any remaining Xeon remnants. However, over the course of the past 4 years, the Titans take advantage of the power given to them. The Titans' abuse of this power led to the Anti-Earth Union group to fight against the Titans, or AUG. We will learn more about Kamille, Bidan, and we will see the return of the man, the myth, the legend, Bright Noah. And we also meet a man named Quattro, definitely not Char. So let's get into this. Before we dive into UC 0087, let's play catch up. March 10th, UC 0084. All information regarding the Gundam development project are erased from official records. July 31st, UC 0085. The Titans use poison gas in Colony 30 Side 1, killing millions of inhabitants. Because of this, the Anti-Earth Union group is formed. September 8th, UC 0085. The new Titans headquarters, Grips, begins construction at Side 7. February 6th, UC 0086. The asteroid Axis makes its way back to Earth sphere. And that brings us to UC 0087. 3 pilots out in space are testing out the new Rick Diaz. The RMS 099 Rick Diaz is the first mass-produced mobile suit created for AUG by Anaheim Electronics. It's a part of the Zeta project, which we will go into more detail in another video. Let's just say Anaheim Electronics is playing both sides and supplying both the Titans and the AUG. It has a Vulcan Phalanx, 300mm clay bazooka, beam pistols, a beam rifle, and a beam saber. One of its specialties is the booster binder. This backpack with thrusters acts as a boost to the mobile suits and back, or active mass balance auto control. Remember, during the Diaz conflict, we saw Ko go out in the GPO-1 with some wonky AMBAC firmware. It makes this unit very mobile. Its development history stems from the GPO-2 Physalis. The red Rick Diaz is piloted by Quattro Bajina. On Side 7, we are introduced to Kamille Bidan. It takes him less than 5 seconds of screen time for him to get smacked. He skips karate practice and goes straight to the spaceport. Ra Yuri tags along. As Kamille and Quattro pass each other in space, they both sense something. Quattro wonders, is it Amado or Lala? It seems Kamille has new type potential. Kamille wanted to see the vessel that was bringing in Bright Noah. While at the spaceport, they run into the Titans. One of them says that Kamille is a girl's name.
I thought I heard a girl's name. But that kid looks like a boy. But that kid looks like a boy. But that kid looks like a boy.
Those are fighting words for Kamille. He throws down with the Titan, Jared Mesa. Jared kicks the girl in the face. Meanwhile, Quattro breaks into the new Grips colony. He scouts around to find mobile suits and a construction dock. As he takes photos, a black mobile suit appears out of nowhere. It tries to shoot at Quattro, but it is really hard for a mobile suit to shoot a person. This black mobile suit is the Gundam Mark II. The RX-178 Gundam Mark II is the successor to the RX-178 Gundam. It has a 360 panoramic screen and uses a movable frame concept. This incorporates all of the vital components into the design of the frame, which improves responsiveness. Also, many of its legs' movable parts are exposed. At the time, beam weapon technology still did great damage to the mobile suits, so EFF and the Titans took a firm do not get hit policy. What a time to be in the military. The Mark II fires on the colony, accidentally trying to kill Quattro. We are already seeing the Titans' lack of regard for humanity. Quattro makes his way back to the Rick Diaz. Based on how easy it was for Quattro to escape, it seems that Grips isn't completely operational. Grips is known to the rest of the world currently as Green Noah 1. It seems to people living on this colony don't realize that it is a secret Titans base. Kamille is being interrogated by the Titans, during which he senses Quattro once again. Kamille is free to go. His mother helps bail him out, but he starts another fight and gets beat up once again. Suddenly, a Mark II Gundam crashes into the building. Kamille uses this opportunity to steal a jeep and flee from the base. Back in space, Quattro sends a message to the Argama to fire a hole in the side of the colony. It makes a direct hit. Quattro re-enters the colony with his 2 comrades. This time they are going to try to steal the Mark II. A few gems are trying to keep up with the Rick-Doms and failing. Meanwhile, Bask wonders if the Rick-Dom is Char. This isn't one of their designs, and they wonder if this is created by the AUG. This man, who definitely isn't Char, moves like the Red Comet. The colony is getting destroyed. A Mark II is making its way towards Quattro. Kamille heads towards the base. This is the location where his dad works. While Emma and Bright are figuring out who should use Unit 3, Kamille just suddenly jumps in and starts piloting the mobile suit. It seems that Kamille has stole a lot of information and data from his father's computer, which has mobile suit information on it apparently. Jared, the man who called Kamille a girl, is the one fighting Quattro and his team. Kamille isn't interested in the revolution happening before his eyes. He is only interested in hurting the officer who is making fun of him in jail. Kamille then proceeds to fight against Jared's Mark II. Bright gets the same feeling from Kamille that he got from Amado. Unit 3 overpowers Unit 2 and forces Jared out of his Gundam. Quattro believes that they could trust Kamille. They escape with Unit 2. Kamille joins them as he is tired of both EFF and the Titans. Meanwhile, the writers of the show said "F*** you" to Fa and Camille's house. Bright wonders why Bask is being so hostile. He responds with hostility. Quattro and Kamille exit the colony. A group of Hyzaks come chasing after them. The RMS 106 Hyzak is the evolution of the Zaku 2, specifically the F2 type. It is fitted with a titanium alloy ceramic composite armor, which is way better than the Zaku. It has a shoulder shield, heat hawk, beam saber, missile launchers, beam rifles. This thing is very versatile. The Hyzak beam saber is technically an eye field that is blade shaped. The beam saber and beam rifle can't be used at the same time. As Unit 3 escapes, it seems that there is an air leak in the unit. He fixes it relatively quickly. They make their way towards the Argama. On the Bosnia, Lila and Chang Ya are monitoring movement and suspect that it is the AUG. Bask tells Bright to personally deliver a letter to Admiral Hyman. On the Argama, Quattro and the team start to think that Kamille might be a new type. Lila goes out and scouts for AUG. She goes out in the Galbadi. The RMS 117 Galbadi Beta is what happens if a Gyan and a Gelgoog were stuffed into a single unit. In fact, the alpha version of this model was outbid by the Gelgoog during the 1-year war. It seems that developers are still around and finally were able to get their Galbadi made. Good for that random engineer. The Galbadi is comparable to the Gem 2. It is made with a titanium alloy ceramic composite. The leader of the AUG is Blex Forer. He was a former EFF officer who stands against the atrocities of the Titans. He used his political and business connections to form the AUG. Kamille meets with Ensign Rekoa for the first time. The captain sends out Quattro. Back on Grips, Camille's dad slaps Camille's mom for mentioning his lover. So many slaps, and it's just episode 3. Quattro is able to take down one of the mobile suits. Lila is abruptly called back by a signal flare. Meanwhile, the Mark II Titans team make their way towards the Argama. Emma will be delivering a letter to the AUG. The Titans are on board the Alexandria. The Alexandria class ship is the evolution of the Musai class ship while also incorporating elements of the Pegasus class. During UC-0083, we talked about the Birmingham class ship and how EFF was so slow from a bureaucratic standpoint that they created a battleship with no mobile suit hangars in mind even post 1-year war. Its operational capabilities is equal to 4 Salamis Kai class ships. It has a twin megaparticle gun, a megaparticle gun, twin and triple anti-aircraft guns, missile launchers, and a beam shield. Emma in the Mark II is carrying a white flag. They let her on board to deliver a letter. The letter says that if AUG doesn't return the Mark II, Unit 3, and Kamille, then they will execute Camille's parents. Kamille finds out that his parents are captives. Suddenly, the Titans launch a capsule. It is Camille's mother, Hilda. Kamille heads towards the hangar and gets in the Unit 3. While the AUG team are discussing what to do, they get an alert that Kamille is heading out in the Gundam. Unit 3 heads over towards the capsule. As he grabs it, Jared in the Hyzak shoots and destroys the capsule, killing Camille's mother. It seems Jared was tricked into thinking that it was a bomb in the capsule. He is confused when it doesn't go boom and wonders if he is being lied to, but also doesn't really seem to care too much. Emma in the Gundam Mark II Unit 1 leaves the Argama. Quattro tries to calm down Kamille, who starts to attack Jared. Emma tries to calm down both Kamille and Jared. Quattro goes out and holds him down. It seems the AUG has no choice but to give the Titans the Mark II Unit 3 back. Back on the Titan ship, they get the Unit 3 hatch open to find a paralyzed Kamille. Naturally, Emma slaps him. He gets out to find his father also on board. Kamille tells him that his mom is dead and that he can now spend all his time with his whore. Naturally, Kamille gets slapped once again. Franklin Bidan is upset, but ultimately Bask uses his mistress to blackmail him and shuts him up. Bask tells Emma to meet up with Layla and the Bosnia and to use the Mark II Gundams. However, Emma is considering defecting and joining the AUG. She asks Camille's father and Kamille to join them. They take out Emma's comrades, Kakarot and Dava. Kamille and Franklin take their place as the Mark II pilots. Jared calls out for Kakarot and recognizes that something is up. Emma forces the hangar door open. They launch from the Alexandria. Bask begins firing on the Mark II units. Franklin's unit was so damaged that it was going slower than usual. Layla launches from the Bosnia. Quattro launches from the Argama. Quattro meets up with the Mark II units and they all regroup at the AUG ship. At the Argama, Quattro wonders why Emma decided to defect. She said she is following her heart. Meanwhile, Franklin Bidan is only interested in looking at the design of the Hyzak. It seems there is much conflict between Kamille and his father. And that will do it for this episode. This is a really slap-happy Gundam series. Also, Kamille is straight up a psychopath with a girl's name. We see a shift in the dynamics of the military as the Titans, although technically a part of EFF, is really just its own mercenary group who listens to no one. The next episode, Kamille and his father will still butt heads. Layla will continue to chase the Argama. We will also learn more about the Titans and the AUG. But until next time, new types, remember, Kamille is a girl's name. Peace.